Сегодня у нас новый формат. Вы будете воспринимать английский язык через историю так, как он звучит в жизни, а не через заучивание слов. В зависимости от вашего уровня вы можете смотреть видео так, как вам удобно. По умолчанию идут английские субтитры, а если что-то непонятно, вы всегда можете включить русский через настройки YouTube. Попробуйте посмотреть один раз с субтитрами, а второй без них. Сегодня вас ждет история о женщине в кафе.
I am walking down a sunny street. I see a beautiful cafe with a colorful door. The door looks so inviting. I feel curious about the inside. I take a deep breath. I decide to go in. I open the door slowly. I step into the cozy cafe. The smell of coffee fills the air. I look around at the tables and chairs. Sunlight streams through the windows. Everything feels calm and warm. I notice flowers in a small vase. The colors are bright and cheerful. I smile quietly. I feel happy to be here. I look at the tables. I wonder which one to choose. Some are empty. Some have people. I want the table near the window. I walk carefully to it. I adjust my bag on the chair. I sit down slowly. I glance around the cafe. The atmosphere feels peaceful. I hear soft chatter and clinking cups. I wait for a moment. I look at the door. I see the friendly waiter approaching. I feel a little excited. I ask for the menu. I open it and read the choices. Everything looks delicious. I touch the menu lightly. I think carefully about what I want. I glance at the other tables. I call the waiter again. I point to the coffee I want. I say, "I'd like a coffee, please." I wonder how it will taste. The waiter smiles and nods. I watch him walk to the counter. I adjust my bag again. I look at the sunlight on the table. I feel the warmth on my hands. I take a deep breath. I notice a painting on the wall. It shows a street in another city. I imagine myself walking there. I smile quietly to myself. I watch a couple talking softly. They laugh together. I feel peaceful inside. I glance at the clock on the wall. Time seems to slow down. I take a sip of water. The coffee arrives at my table. It smells warm and sweet. I add sugar slowly. I add a little milk. I swirl the coffee gently. I lift the cup to my lips. I take a small sip. It is warm and comforting. I close my eyes for a moment. I enjoy the taste fully. I think about my day. I remember the morning sun. I think about my walk here. I smile quietly. I watch the people around me. Everyone seems relaxed. I glance at the barista arranging cups. She moves carefully and gracefully. I notice a small pastry on a plate. It looks soft and sweet. I take another sip of coffee. I lift the cup slowly. I watch the steam rise. I breathe in the aroma. I feel calm inside. I lean back in my chair. I cross my legs comfortably. I move my hands on the table. I glance at the door again. I notice a man reading a newspaper. I watch the sunlight move across the floor. I notice patterns in the shadows. I smile at the small details. I take a deep breath. I sip my coffee again. I feel warm and cozy. I notice a ticking clock quietly. The cafe feels alive and calm. I feel content. I glance at my phone briefly. I put it away. I focus on the cafe again. I watch the waiter move between tables. I see people chatting softly. I hear the clinking of cups. I feel a gentle breeze from the window. I adjust my bag slightly. I straighten my back. I smile quietly to myself. I feel peaceful here. I lift my cup again. I sip the coffee slowly. I watch the pastry display carefully. I imagine how it would taste. I look at the menu again. I notice details I missed before. I smile quietly. I watch a woman reading a book. She turns a page slowly. I wonder what story she is reading. I watch a couple leave the cafe. They wave to the waiter. I smile at the scene. I sip my coffee again. I feel relaxed. I glance at the sunlight on the table. I notice how the shadows change. I feel happy and calm. I close my eyes briefly. I open them and look around. I notice a small clock on the wall. I feel time passing slowly. I sip my coffee again. I feel content inside. I think about coming back here. I feel grateful for this moment. I smile quietly to myself. I lift the cup once more. I take a deep breath. I enjoy the calm around me. After some time, I call the waiter. "Can I have the bill, please?" I ask. He nods and smiles. I watch him bring the bill. I pay carefully. I receive my change. I smile and say, "Thank you." I gather my things slowly. I stand up carefully. I adjust my bag on my shoulder. I open the door. I step outside into the sun. The light feels warm on my face. I take a deep breath. I glance back at the cafe. It looks inviting and calm. I walk down the street slowly. I notice flowers in the planters. I hear children laughing nearby. I feel happy and relaxed. I watch the city around me. People pass by smiling. I feel part of the scene. I take another deep breath. I enjoy this quiet moment. I smile quietly to myself. I think about my visit to the cafe. I feel grateful I came here. I glance at the sun above. It is bright and warm. I continue walking slowly. I feel light and cheerful. The city feels alive. I hear footsteps on the pavement. I see people talking and laughing. I feel calm inside. I take another deep breath. I smile to myself. I feel content and peaceful. I enjoy this lovely day. I think about returning here soon. I look back at the cafe one last time. It feels welcoming and cozy. I take a deep breath. I continue walking down the street. I feel happy and relaxed. The warmth of the sun stays with me. I smile quietly to myself. I feel grateful for this moment. I enjoy every step of my day.
Если вам понравился такой формат и вы хотите больше историй для изучения английского, поддержите видео лайком. Подпишитесь на канал и напишите в комментариях, как вам этот формат.